Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I need to get up on posting some other videos that I never really posted. You know, I had this spark of imagination, like once I hear about two things, like I combine it sometimes. Like especially interesting things, like even one interesting thing is good enough to spark endless possibilities. So, last year in 2025, I heard about Thomas and the Magic Railroad. And there was this one character named Lady. And basically, she was a single timer. And it was so interesting. Like, within a real movie, she has pretty little dialogue, but within the parody, however, she has none. Obviously, acting like a normal locomotive and never speaking, which normal real-life locomotives never do. And then, for the last few weeks, I was reading a book called The Hunger Games. And it was where, for y'all guys that don't know, it was where, like Katniss, a tribute, saves her sister, Prim. Like Katniss volunteers for her sister, saving her life. And the boy tribute that was from District 12 was Peeta. And then they got through training throughout the book there was one portion, like there was this character, not really a character, but there was one part of the book where there was a wasp attack, but they were not normal wasps. They were genetically modified, and they were called Tracker Jackers. I don't want to get stung by one of those if they were real, because I would be hallucinating like crazy. And then Katniss got her own little ally, Rue, from District 11. And then they had a game plan to blow up the career supplies. They had a game plan to take away the career supplies. So Katniss shot an arrow into the box of apples, and then the landmines blew up. And then when Katniss got to her best ally through the calls of the Mockingjays, in horror, the spear went into Rue's stomach, and R.I.P. Rue. Oh my God. And then this past Friday, we read the part where there were clones of the dead tributes, but in a mutt form. Like, you may be asking, how could they be doing that? Like, just tell me, how did they do that? there's no explanation to prove it. Like, and then Katniss and Peeta both won. And that was the end of the book. So here's where it comes to my concept. Joining Thomas and the Magic Railroad to the Hunger Games. So, if Lady watched that incident and she noticed that they were made out of dead tributes, I bet she would get an idea. She would immediately start gathering parts, gathering research on the tributes, gathering photos, and start building. And then one part of my concept is tracks came into the arena, like 12 locomotives coming in. The last one, Katniss could have been in shock. She could have saw her best ally, but in locomotive form. And that was Locomotive 11 real. Like, obviously this is not real in the story, but this is just my concept. And basically, at the rear end, there'll be one passenger car. And every several minutes or an hour, they would stop at a district, put the tribute locomotive into the box, have the fire put out, and then once they're done, and those two winning tributes get back to their district, then, if just put yourself into someone else's shoes. If you were a parent that lost a child to the Hunger Games, and you got one of those packages, and then you saw that it was a locomotive, and you looked them in the eye, and you saw your child's eye, and I bet you'll be like, oh my God, how much I've missed you. Yeah, that's the concept right there. I bet y'all viewers, I don't want to blush. Oh Lord, I don't want any of y'all to blush. It's kind of weird. Two concepts mashed together. Two stories mashed together. Lady from Thomas and the Magic Railroad and the dead tributes from the Hunger Games. And the question, how were those dead tributes turned into mutts in the first place? Yep. I bet that's the interesting part. So now we're done with that. And one thing that I gotta tell you guys for the Boppa community is my Boppa Extreme keychain from 2000. On Friday I opened up the battery compartment. Well, it worked. Well, when I opened my battery compartment on the Boppa Extreme keychain, it never really, it closed up just fine, but on Friday, it did not close. So yesterday it was taped and got a larger screw. Well, y'all about the community better tell me. Should I get another keychain, or should I just leave it how it is and just never use it again? Because I hate when stuff like that breaks. And it was only 2 days old. It was only like a day old when that cover broke. Well, anyway, I hope you thought that this video was interesting. Like, I hope you thought that the Thomas and the Magic Railroad film, not film, but Thomas and the Magic Railroad, like, lady from there, and the dead tributes from the Hunger Games book. Like, I just don't know what to say. Like, what if Lady and those clones were made by Lionel or MTH? Like when Miss Nestor told me that vapes could come in any form, that's why I made that Bop It Vape video. That's why I made that, because that's a cool concept, but I knew it should not be complete. So therefore, I hope y'all enjoyed and thought this was interesting. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.